58, 59, 60. I told you we'd be back in 60 seconds. All right, churches defy the state. Severe weather hits the South. A retweet with Dr. Fauci in the crosshairs and a statue of honor. Plus getting dressed up to go shopping. Gina Bullard from KCTV5 News this morning is working from home, practicing her social distancing and joining us with a look at what's making news today. Good morning, Gina. This weekend, some local churches went against the state of Kansas decree limiting religious gatherings.
Yeah, so good morning, Bill, and everybody at home. So you've heard Governor Laura Kelly talking about this order not for religious organizations not to hold services. Well, a couple churches defied those orders this weekend. So Calvary Baptist Church, that's in Junction City, along with Rise and Savor Lutheran Church in Basel, they both held services. Also, Heritage Baptist Church in Lawrence as well. We have seen video of about 10 to 20 people going into these churches while others are holding their services online, keeping the social distancing rules in mind. And keep in mind, these services, they were just hours after the Kansas Supreme Court ruled that Laura Kelly's executive order could stand. So that was prohibiting gatherings of more than 10 people.
Yeah, that was really interesting watching the Supreme Court doing some of their hearings online this weekend, and then to see the churches be so defiant against that ruling was very strange to see. Also, something really terrible that we saw just yesterday. Of course, families across the country were celebrating Easter, but there was a bout of severe weather down in the South.
Yeah, this is just so heartbreaking with everything, all the stress people are already experiencing. A storm system produced 13 tornadoes. So those rolled through Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, killed at least 7 people. They, of course, damaged homes, buildings. 750,000 people this morning, Bill, without power still. Ugh, it's just so sad. It's
so sad to see that happening on such a day like yesterday, which should be full of fun and celebration. It just makes it extra hard to see. Let's talk national news here. Dr. Anthony Fauci, we've seen him on the front lines since the very beginning of this pandemic. He's kind of said we may be starting to flatten the curve. Is that right?
Yeah, so he said we might be getting a little glimpse of normalcy as early as May 1st. So things may start to open up, but he said don't get too comfortable. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves here. But it's good to hear someone like him saying this. Also, the latest with Dr. Fauci is some drama that's been kind of bubbling up overnight. So President Trump, retweeted a post last night calling to fire Fauci. So it was hashtag fire Fauci. So this is after Dr. Anthony Fauci said more lives could have been saved if the U.S. acted sooner to stop the spread of coronavirus.
Interesting. I'm lost on what to say about things like that, so we're just going to move on. How about that? I think this is spectacular. The video that is out of Brazil here is fantastic. They found a great way to support everyone in the healthcare field and all of the healthcare workers on the front lines. Of course, they've got the famous Christ the Redeemer statue that's up on the hilltop. And what did they do to it over the weekend?
Okay, so we want to show you, this is what it normally looks like in the daytime, this beautiful statue. They lit it up like a doctor at night. This is so cool. And the words stay at home and thanks in Portuguese are on the statue. It also has several flags of countries that are projected on the monument, which of course towers over Rio de Janeiro. So just a really beautiful tribute to those people who are on the front lines.
And it's just neat. I mean, it's almost reminiscent of what they did for the Liberty Memorial. Was it last year when they did the 100th anniversary of World War I? They had all the poppies everywhere, the field of poppies that were lit up. But just see
beautiful.
See him do that kind of same light work here with Christ the Redeemer statue. I know the video is kind of dim, but it still just is really neat. I'm sure you can look around on YouTube and on KCTV5.com, and we have the video there as well. And then finally, just to lighten the mood up here a little bit, this has been kind of fun. People have been wearing, obviously been told to wear masks when they go out in public and shopping, but these folks have taken it to the next level and putting on full body Halloween costumes. I love it.
Okay, take a bite out of this. Grab your shark costume, throw it on before you go to the grocery store, you betcha. Yeah, so people are showing up like this to the grocery store and just when they're out in public. And people are tweeting, thanking them. Of course, they're covering their masks like the CDC, or covering their face, like the CDC has recommended. But they're doing it in this great creative way. So they're protecting themselves and they're also entertaining all of us. I'm waiting to see my first dinosaur or shark at the store. Have you seen any?
I haven't seen him yet, but I'm just waiting for the baby shark. Okay, we got to stop that before it gets out of control. Gina Bullard, thank you very much from KCTV5 this morning. We appreciate it as always, and we will see you back here tomorrow morning. All right, Belinda?